Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Sense of South Jersey with me, Kellen, for another fragrance review. Today we're going to do a fragrance that I recently just got, actually 2 days ago, so I haven't had it very long. This one I was really excited to get, and I was, sort of unsure about this review if I wanted to make it this early, but I felt like I had to just based on the experience that I had with the fragrance right away. So this is a fragrance from the 90s. Could be considered a classic by some. It's definitely a cold weather scent for sure. This is part of the reason why I got it. It is from the house of Emanuel Ungaro, and it is Ungaro Pour l'Homme 3 with the Roman numerals. So got the box right here. This fragrance came out in 1993. There was an Emanuel Ungaro 1, 2, and 3. So the first two were 91, and the second one came out in 92, and the third release is 93. So this one, 1993. This one is still in production. The other ones I mentioned were discontinued. It is characterized as an aromatic green fragrance. And for whatever reason, the first two were discontinued. This one is still in production, but this is the actual original formulation. I actually found this one online. I found it on eBay, and I wanted to get it because I read that this one was much stronger, much better performing, and a lot of positive reviews about it. So as usual, we'll take a look at the box and the bottle presentation, and then I'll talk about its notes, then I'll talk about its performance on my skin, I'll give it my overall thoughts, and then my overall rating. Wanted to pause this review for 1 second. The most recent review I did when I did Jacques Bogart's, I think it was Arabian Nights, at the very end, I noticed the mistake that I made, and I apologize to everybody. I just wanted to touch on this real fast. I had mentioned at the end when I was doing a review my overall rating that I gave it a number 6.5 or 6, and I said out of 5 instead of out of 10. If I ever do that, I'm just not paying attention to what I'm saying. My ratings are always out of 10, so that was a mistake on my part. So anyway, sorry, I don't mean to waste any more time on that. So let's take a look at the box. Pretty cool box. This box is awesome. Sorry for the glare. The plastic wrap is still on it. It's got kind of this leafy, almost camouflage, red and black looking design on it. Really, really 90s. It's kind of like gaudy, almost looks like a carpet. Pretty cool looking, I thought. And then gold lettering, you have Eau de Toilette, Ungaro Pour l'Homme, and then you have 3 gold Roman numerals right there. And then it says Emanuel Ungaro there as well too. It is a 100 ml bottle. So on the top, you have just the continuation of that pattern. Same thing on the sides. I'll go slowly. And then on the back, we have some brand information. It says made in Italy. The house of Emanuel Ungaro, I guess, is an Italian house. And it is a spray, too. So it's not a splash bottle. And barcode there on the back, but there isn't a batch code from what I can see, unless this is it right here. You can kind of see it, but I actually found the batch code on the bottom of the bottle, which I already have out of the box. And I looked it up, and it's from 2002 when this one was made. So this one, unfortunately, wasn't made in the 90s, but I guess it's pre the reformulation. So here's the bottle. Really cool bottle. Black. Again, I like black, and I like gold. Got gold accents going across the top and the bottom. On the back, same type of thing, just no verbiage. On the bottom here, you have Emanuel Ungaro, and then you have Pour l'Homme 3, Ungaro, Eau de Toilette at the top. On the sides, not much going on at all. And on the bottom, you have a sticker with the barcode, batch code information, so you can see the glare, though. So it's pretty reflective. Chrome plating, sleek. The cap pops right off. You can pick it up by the cap, but I wouldn't recommend it. The cap is really cheap, actually, surprisingly, because the rest of the bottle seems to be done pretty nicely. The cap is like very cheap plastic. You got a gold atomizer with a little bit of a pattern there. The distribution is pretty good. I'm not going to waste a spray, and I'm going to get into that and explain why. So the notes on this fragrance, the top, you have orange, mahogany, coriander, lavender, vodka, sage, and lemon. You have in the heart, jasmine, lily of the valley, rose, and geranium. And then in the base, you have sandalwood, patchouli, musk, oak moss, vetiver, and cedar. So those are some it seems like a pretty complex fragrance. Seems like it's got a lot of the classic notes that we love, the ones that I love from a lot of fragrances that I review often, that I use in my rotation frequently. The performance on this, though, was okay. Again, I want to be honest, I've only had this for about 48 hours. So it's not like I gave it a lot of, wear and gave it a great chance to perform better. I used about, I would say, 3 to 4 sprays this morning, and I got about 6 hours, 6, maybe a little bit more than that. I think the projection and sillage are good for the first maybe hour, and after that, it's just kind of like maybe within your own scent bubble. I would give it maybe a arm's distance, maybe a little less than that, and then it becomes a skin scent from there too. So The thing with this fragrance, now we're going to talk about my thoughts. Do you ever have a fragrance where at first spray, you just absolutely love it and you know you're going to love it no matter what the dry down or any of the notes are? If you've had that experience, think about the polar opposite of that. I absolutely hate this. This is so bad. I was so disappointed, and that's why I'm not spraying it, because I'm going to return it. It smells nothing like any of the notes in there. The only note I get is the alcohol. It smells like such a boozy whiskey, vodka, and coriander. That's all I get, and that dominates the entire life cycle of the fragrance. That's all I get is the alcohol scent. And so many people commented on how it's so green, it's piney, it's foresty, I don't get any of that. All I get is the opening, and the opening just completely floods the remainder of the life cycle of the fragrance, and all it is just booze. And I guess I learned a lesson, and this is what I get for blind buying. And I should have just purchased the current reformulation, because that's way less money than what I paid for this. It wasn't a ton. I was about $58 plus whatever the tax is. But that's not, there's, you can get a lot of cool fragrances that I like and reviewed for way less than that I like way better, that I'd wear way more often. This smells like the bottom of a floor of tile that has a bunch of cheap whiskey dumped on it at a dank bar. Like, this smells so awful. I just couldn't get past the opening, and I sprayed it on myself in the evening, tried it again today. I let it sit on my arm, let it dry down. The very, 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 very end, the skin scent part of the fragrance, which is on my wrist now from the beginning of the day today before I went to work. That's not terrible, but no one's gonna smell that. You can't smell it. You have to dig your nose into your arm to even get there. But yeah, this is just so much alcohol scent. That's all I get from that is the booze. And I saw the vodka note and I thought, oh, that's cool. So my lesson here is that maybe I don't like boozy scents, but I don't think that this is a traditional boozy scent that I'm used to, like Pure Malt by Thierry Mugler or Animal by the House of Animal. I like those, and those are a little bit boozy, but they're sweeter. So maybe, as I've always said, I'm not a huge fan of super sweet fragrances, but maybe if there's booze in it, it needs to be a little sweeter. This is definitely not that. This is harsh. This is like musty carpet, booze on the floor, college party, stink. I just did not enjoy this whatsoever. And I got the vintage formulation too. I don't know how many times it would be formulated from 1993 to 2002, but hopefully not many. So yeah, I'm gonna send this one back. I'm not keeping this. So I just wanted to do a review on it. I told a subscriber that I converse with often. He comments a lot, and Ben, that's what I'm talking about. So he, was telling me that he had never tried anything like this before. So if you like this kind of stuff, maybe, I'm talking in general, maybe this would be more your style of fragrance, but this one is just so bad. I really don't like it at all. I'm never going to buy anything with a vodka note in it ever again. I just don't like it. And I love green. I love aromatic. But that just doesn't do it for me at all. And I read some, comments from people saying it's a very dark and mysterious fragrance. There's nothing mysterious about this. It just smells like a glass of whiskey with coriander dumped on top of it. It's so, I don't know. I don't want to trash it too much, but I really, really didn't like it. So the only thing it's got going for it is its pretty cool presentation. So we'll give it my overall rating. Presentation, I like the box a lot. I like the bottle a lot, but the cap sucks. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Performance was mediocre at best. I'll give it a 5. And the smell, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. So overall, this scent is going to be a 3.5 out of 10 for me. I just didn't like it, And again, if there are fans of this out there, I'm sorry. Please don't take it personally. This is just my opinion. My experience with this was not what I thought. I was actually really excited to hype myself up for this. And again, I'll be honest, I didn't own it for that long. I didn't give it like a 2 or 3 weeks worth of wear just to really get a good feel for it. I'm talking 2 days. I have it 2 days, but I just usually have never felt this strongly about a dislike for a fragrance before. So I'm giving this one a thumbs down in that respect. I didn't like it. 3.5 out of 10. That's a review, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hey, we're almost at 200 subscribers. I'm really excited about that. You guys are awesome. I really enjoy the comments, the back and forth, and the support that everyone's giving me. So thank you so much. And I got some more reviews coming soon. So goodbye for now. Take care.